right, ladies and gentlemen, really quick, I just want to tell you about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that is Soldier Girl Coffee Company. So if you are watching the video, you can definitely check out the screen share here. I am on our website, and you can go to affiliates, or this will be changing to sponsors soon, and click on Soldier Girl Coffee. As it says on the website, Soldier Girl Coffee is a veteran-owned company. They definitely provide the absolute best coffee I've ever had. It definitely has the pick-me-up that I need in the morning. If we check out her website, of course, down in the right-hand corner, you can definitely chat with her. You can get exclusive discounts she offers to our listeners just by putting your email address in the box on the website. As you can see right here, she has French vanilla cream, 100% Colombian, snickerdoodle Hawaiian hazelnut, and she offers regular as well as CBD-infused coffee. So be sure to go and check out her website. Of course, you can get there by going to our website at businessandbrewshow.com/soldier-girl-coffee, or you can just click the link in the show notes and it'll take you right here. You click on view products and it takes you over to shop around. She even has a little bit of merch. I know when I ordered my bag of Colombian roast, I really enjoy Colombian roast, and she has the best Colombian roast that I have ever had. And of course is a veteran-owned business, but I got a sticker as well as a thank you note. So I really enjoyed that. So now I have my very own Soldier Girl coffee mug that I can drink my Soldier Girl coffee out of. So once again, right now, exclusive discounts just for our listeners. Everybody drinks coffee, whether you're a veteran or a business owner. You're going to need it. You're going to need it for your staff. You're going to need it for your break room. You're going to need it for your house. So go ahead right now, click the link in the description, in the show notes, right here, right now, and go get some Soldier Girl coffee today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited and absolutely have to tell you about a phenomenal way to build your website and keep it up to date. My name is Ryan Smeltz, host of the Business and Brews Show and co-host of Veteran Talk Show. And if you are watching this, I want you to pay close attention to my screen share. This is the website of the Business and Brews Show. And the way I am talking about keeping your website, building it, getting it up to date, and having it managed is by Online Rob. So Rob is absolutely phenomenal. And what I absolutely love about this is he was able to customize the website exactly how I asked him. So as you can see, the homepage has a ton of different pictures from different episodes. Of course, here on the episodes page, you're able to listen on your favorite platform, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio Public, iHeartRadio, or Castbox. You can connect with us, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Listen to the 5 most recent episodes right here on the website. And of course, you can find our sponsors such as Soldier Girl Coffee and, of course, Online Rob. So the best thing about this is, as you can see on my screen, if you're watching, Online Rob is a veteran-owned small business. He will design, build, and manage the entire website for you. That comes with free unlimited updates, a domain name, your business email, and a logo if you need it. All included for our listeners is only $2.99 per year. As it says right on the screen, there are absolutely no contracts and no hidden fees. I handed this to him. He had it back within a very short amount of time. And anytime I need an update or have a question, he is there to help out. So I strongly encourage you, once again, for our listeners, you can go to businessandbrewshow.com/online-rob, or you can click on the link in the show notes. If you are not watching the video version, the link is definitely in the show notes. Be sure to check out our website. I'm super happy with his work. I'm really excited that I no longer have to figure out where to get an SSL, how to install it. I don't have to install the pixel for my Facebook ads. I don't have to manage any of the analytical tools such as Google Analytics, and I don't have to figure out how to connect the domain or set up a business email. He handles all of that for me for the low price of $2.99 per year. So once again, for our listeners, Online Rob offering this exclusive deal. Be sure to go check it out. Make sure when you fill out the form, you put that you heard about him from us in the How Did You Hear About Us box. Business and Brews Show or Veteran Talk Show. Of course, you can always use my name, Ryan Smeltz. And no longer, as a business owner, will you have to build and manage your own website. Have Online Rob do it for you. Take advantage of this exclusive deal, only $2.99 per year. Best of all, he can handle everything from, of course, a podcast to an e-commerce site. No matter what kind of business you run, Online Rob can handle it for you. So go right now, click on the link, fill out the form, take advantage of this exclusive offer, and be sure to put the show name in his How Did You Hear About Us box. Now, let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Morning Brews. This is the short segment that is respectful of your time and gives you the kick in the ass you need to get your day started. So sit down, get your cup of coffee, get ready, and tune in to today's episode. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of Morning Brews. And today we are going to be talking about networking to network. So if that concept doesn't make much sense to you, I strongly encourage you to go check out Dan Warheide's podcast, the Pro Growth Podcast. He is an excellent business owner, entrepreneur, and speaker, and his podcast focuses primarily on building meaningful relationships. So I believe that his premise coincides with today's topic. When I say networking to network, we're going to be talking about 3 bullet points today. Number 1, meet people for the sole purpose of building relationships with them. Number 2, learn what you can from others. And 3, help without expectations. Okay. So when I say networking to network, I have been to many in-person and online networking events. And in many of those events, you have people, excuse me, sometimes the organization itself is geared more towards someone pitching some type of business or basically extending a call to capture customers. And so basically what I am getting at in saying network to network is building relationships with other individuals that, of course, because they know you, working on a referral basis will more than likely result in some type of business transaction. Obviously, maybe not immediately, but in the future. However, not holding that expectation for that to happen. Okay. Me personally, I really enjoy going to networking events because I like people. I like to be around people. Obviously, if you haven't picked up on this by now, I really enjoy talking. I enjoy hearing stories from other people, especially other business owners. And of course, when I find someone who I have more questions about their business, or I think I can hold a longer conversation with them, then I'll convince them to come on the show or find some excuse to spend more time with them so I can pick their brain, get a little bit of their backstory, and find out more about them. So essentially what I want to encourage you to do is to hold the same thought process going into any relationship. Make it a lot less about sales of your product or service and make it much more about what you can do to learn more about the other person. What can you learn about them, their business, their family, where they came from? Just think of all the questions and learn as much as you can about the other person so that you can more do more networking and do less sales. So meeting people for the sole purpose of building relationships, basically just asking those questions, entering into the event, and talking to other people, once again, for the purpose of just getting to know them. So number 2, learn what you can from others. Everybody has seen different things and had different experiences. And I believe in that there is a lot of potential for learning and growing and developing. I have almost exponentially increased my skills and abilities as it relates to speaking, editing, video and audio, production, distribution, and kind of ramping things up with this show, just in little tidbits I've taken from other people, whether they've been on the show or I was holding a conversation with them. So if you are, say, in the car sales industry and you go to a networking event, maybe there is someone who runs a retail store and talks about their either sales training process or their sales cycle and what that looks like. And maybe you pick up something from them that you never thought about before, or maybe it's the same lesson that you've already learned, but it kind of reinforces it. And then you remember, oh, I got to go back. I got to get back to the basics. I got to start doing this stuff. So keeping in mind that just because someone is a different person in a different industry, just humbling ourselves and knowing that we don't know everything about everything kind of opens us up and keeps an open mind when we approach these people. And we're able to say, okay, here's a new person. I never met this person before. What do they do? What can I learn from them? And obviously you don't know what you don't know until you know. So meeting a new person, you're not immediately going to be like, oh, I can learn this, this, and this from them. That concept of wanting to learn from a new person kind of leads us to ask questions that helps us get to know that individual, because then we learn and understand what their expertise is specifically, what they know a lot about. And now we continue to ask questions. And maybe it's something that comes up in conversation that helps us out, or maybe it's something where you dive into it and then they're asking you, well, what challenges are you facing? What are you having trouble with? And you're telling them and they're like, oh, that's great. Even if they don't know the answer or they can't help you specifically, it's possible they know someone or something that can be a resource to you. So basically placing ourselves in this position where we want to learn as much as possible from the other person allows us to have that open mind and present our problems in a fashion where eventually they get solved. And now we're getting help from an unexpected source. And that brings me to number 3, which is help without expectations. I I'm kind of torn on this right now. I guess you could say it's a little bit of an internal struggle, but Gary Vaynerchuk talks a lot about not having expectations. I believe that setting expectations with other people is super important. But to bring it back to bullet point number 3, help without expectations is just to be of assistance to the other people in your life. Okay. If every single time you do something or you help someone out, you have an expectation of some type of return, if you have ever seen How I Met Your Mother, you're placing them on the hook. Okay, let the person off the hook. All right. We don't want it to turn into some type of give and take relationship where we're using bribes or blackmail. Like, oh, remember when I did this for you, so I need you to do me this favor. Okay, that can be an exhausting relationship to be in from a professional standpoint. And me personally, if I ever find myself in a relationship like that, I do my best to cut ties with that person as quickly as possible. And that's not because I don't think that I owe someone something because they did me a favor. It's because I don't want to end up in a position where I'm getting walked all over just because this one time they did that one favor for me. Okay. So, what I do to work to overcome that and avoid situations like that is I help without expectation. Okay. So, whether someone is asking me specifically for the help or maybe I find out about it through the proverbial grapevine, I reach out and I do whatever I can. I'll give you a specific example. I've had guests on my show where I have told them sometimes before, during, and after recording that if they ever have questions about editing their own podcast, distributing their podcast, getting the website set up, or anything like that, then I'm willing to help. They know how to get in touch with me. You guys know how to get in touch with me. So the same goes for pretty much everybody. I don't have all the answers. This is not the most professional produced podcast that exists on the internet. However, I do know some basics, like if you want to go high end for production value, what type of equipment to get. Same goes for the other end of the spectrum. For example, right now I'm using a $30 microphone and a 720 Logitech webcam. So these are not very expensive pieces of equipment, and I hit record and I just go at it. I put some planning into this stuff. So I know how to write things out. I know how to basically carry the conversation, or I guess you would say speak without taking extensive breaks in between. I prefer to do things in one shot and not have to go back and edit out all the uhs, ums, and stuff like that. So basically what I'm getting at is, of course, I don't have every single answer when it comes to that stuff, but I offer it to people, and I'm not trying to spread myself thin. The truth is, and I found this out from someone else as well, because I was asking them about their business model. I was like, you offer free, unlimited, customer service. I was like, how do you do that? He said, the truth is, a lot of people don't ask for it. And that's 100% true. I offer this to pretty much everyone. And I very, very few times do I hear from someone asking me questions. I did hold a pretty quality conversation the other day with someone about podcasting, and I was able to help them out. They were able to help me out. But outside of that, like, it doesn't get very in depth. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't get asked to produce other people's podcasts. Like I said, I'm not the most professional option out there. I'm definitely not really trying to take on other projects like that. But in me offering to help other people, I'm doing it. I have absolutely no expectation. My business model is not editing video or a podcast. I really have little to no interest in doing that anyways. I prefer to just speak. So basically, I offer that help to other people. I have no expectation for them to pay me or take me out to lunch or anything like that. I just want to make sure that everyone succeeds for the purpose of succeeding. So help without expectations. Just to recap really quick, guys, networking to network. So basically meeting those people for the sole purpose of building relationships with them, learning what you can learn from other people, and helping without expectations. I hope that this show is of great value to you. So please do tell your friends, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for listening or watching Morning Brews. This, of course, has been the kick in the ass you need to get your day started. My name is Ryan Smeltz. I appreciate you tuning in and listening to this. If you've gotten any value from this or any segment on business and brews, be sure to leave us a 5-star review. Tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe and tell them to leave us a 5-star review. Thank you, and shout out to our sponsors, Soldier Girl Coffee and Online Rob. And I will see you on the next episode.